Hello and welcome. We are back. Turn 73 of the Slowest Blitz. We are Peren and we are attacking Ulm. No, okay, we lost turn 73. Turn 74. Did I really lose turn 73? I guess I did. Okay, that's not great. Well, I guess we'll see if all my stuff is still here. We did a Plague of Locusts. We've got Ulm riding back at us. We got cubes. Fighting imps. I think the cubes are pretty likely to win this. Because they will just absolutely eat. Although some of them took a lot of damage. We'll see what the next wave of imps does. If we'd had everybody connect at the same time, we would have been better off. But I think it's just not going to be the case. We also might just snipe the stupid commander. There we go, look at that. Oh, Marble Warrior's gonna make this tougher. Get that one. Right there. Stop getting eaten. Oh my goodness, guys. How much? He has 28 protection. He's like a little thug. Okay. So that does not appear to have worked. Except that it did in the real version, although we did lose all of our imps and our devil. But we did kill all the cubes and run out the Master Smith. I missed showing this one. Another one of our magic phase attempts. I think that we are now finally have a script that's going to put us in range. I think that they are on hold, attack for one turn, and then cast. Because they need to walk closer. Yes. This is the script that works. And then we can banish these goofballs to hell is the idea. And then the imps provide cover and such. Alright, do the thing. Hey, look at that. Of course, we routed ourselves somehow, but we did get rid of them. And that was here. No. That was here. We actually won in the real version. As you can see, we didn't kill the Golem or the Tartarian, but we did banish them to hell. So they're not super likely to die down there. But we don't necessarily need a ton of... we don't need a ton of time either. If we just take them off the board and they come back in a handful of turns, that's fine. And they'll just be probably wherever they were summoned. And we may have... Or I could come back in different places. They'll come back somewhere, but they'll be off the board for a little while. If the Golem gets... Yeah, no. I think they're both amphibious. Yeah. So we can't drop them in the water to kill them, unfortunately, like we could with some other super combatants, but still. They are dealt with. Yeah, Tartarian Spirit raids us. We've got more cubes and troops. And this guy is horror marked and has a lightless lantern. It's an interesting choice. We didn't put anything here, so we are not going to win that one. That was there. Oh, here we go. Here comes Ulm with a bunch of Black Knights and some of his own devils. And a couple of mages. And he's up against a Soul Vortex Wraithlord who is probably going to get lanced to death. Maybe the skeletons eat enough lances that he survives the lance charge, but I rather doubt it. He's also probably just going to get picked off by the devils. Yep. Alright, now we do get to storm the fortress. Hopefully this isn't me pinging. Okay. We have stormed the fortress. There's really not a lot of stuff here. I think unfortunately missed a really... no, it'll be later. Never mind. No spoilers. I thought we missed an interesting write-up, but I actually didn't. So we're going to go ahead and launch a barrage of stuff. Kill some peeps. We are going to trigger gem usage. The big fear is... for for the most part. Not the troops. We're gonna cut through the troops just fine. The fear with walls is Tartarians sort of successfully blockading them, and then us just getting trapped forever without being able to get in. Our vampire just got eaten by a cube. But we are through the wall. Obviously, there just wasn't that much here. We've got this guys up. No, that was him. We do have, I believe, we actually have a shock malice. We are not casting shock resistance. Come on, team. What are we doing? So we're definitely taking bonus damage that we don't need to take from that. But we do, of course, win this fight. We lost 3 demon knights, 1 devil, and 3 living statues. So maybe we didn't need to cast shock res. We killed a bunch of mages. We found a lightless lantern and a bracers of protection. So that's the first fort that falls to us. So that's great. Unrest. There's an arena battle, which we forgot about. Let's see if anybody sent anything interesting. Shaitan. With a Flesh Eater and a Heart Finder sword. Nabas got so much blood. Lifelong protection. This is an assassin kit. Yeah. Ooh. I really don't want to fight Nabas Shaitan. And this is the King of Flames with no gear. That is a choice from Abyssia. Battle Fury. I don't know about that one. I'm not sure if this guy's going to even deal with the imps, who do have 15 FR. Phoenix Pyre was done by Deadpool. Which one of you is Deadpool? That would be Cookies, who is very good about naming all of his commanders. But yeah, this guy's just dying. Yeah. Basically got taken out by a lifelong protection. That is pretty wasteful from Abyssia. And it gave 500 gold and 18 gems to Nabas, which is not great. Alright, our second army is finally ready and is moving. It's got less stuff than the other army, but it should be facing lesser forces. It's going to go and try and head towards Oak Beach. We are going to... There's pillaging going on. Oh, of course, that's Tartarians being Tartarians. Our main army is going to move out of Ashlands and down to Star Peaks, and then march to Ulm. I think somewhere in here I realized that my only guy who can claim stuff is either dead or far away. Yeah, it's this goofball who's really far away. So he's gonna spend a couple turns trying to quick march over to the Ashlands to claim this. We get the Silver Throne. Amazing throne for us. Astral 2 and potentially Astral 3 is something that is pretty hard for us to do. So adding these guys to our armies is going to let us do a lot of great Astral stuff. And there's also, another, in addition to the 200 gold this brings, there's another 4 gems here. That's pretty great. And yeah, we're moving down. Don't think we've done too much change in the way we're fixing stuff up. Right, this person still is not in position to actually cast correctly. Yeah, we kind of just appear to have set this army, and it's just, it's in motion. This is not how you should play. You should absolutely be switching up your army every turn, because good players will beat it. And Sakane is definitely a good player. The Ulm player is a good player. I don't know that he's super invested in this game, but he is a good player. And so we are playing with fire by not fixing any of the many mistakes that I am pointing out. We are going to keep trying to do some additional raiding as well, and keep Ulm sort of off balance while we try and march our main armies onto his stuff. So let's see what we're casting. Horde from Hell, Cloud Trapeze, Lesser Horror, and another Infernal Crusade. We have a million Blood Slaves. We have a pretty good amount of some resources, less of others. We're using up almost all of our air gems, partially because we're turning our air gems into death gems, which is a little bit of a thing. We could be trying to get up to Well of Misery. I think it's something that we're trying to save our death gems for, because we've got a Well of Misery caster available. So that'd be good. And then are we forging anything? Bloodthorns and Bloodstones. So that's neat. Okay. Cool, cool. Let's go ahead and go to 75. And we'll continue marching forwards. I have too many games. 75. Okay. Somebody took, this would be Vanarus, took the Throne of the First Age. We've got some battles. This is another one of our Horde from Hell raids. This is overcommitment because there was nothing there. I should probably be using these more discerningly. Here we sent a couple of Soul Torns, which are gonna successfully take away that province. Although I don't think it matters because this is the, yeah, that was kind of silly. It's the fortress, so it doesn't do anything. It clears the 1 PD. Alright, but we've got some more battles. We're going to attack into Ulm with a raiding party of demons. And we're going to try, I think, and get rid of a lot of these tarts. This is the same sort of concept, although we have not quite as much stuff. So a little bit risky. We also really need these demons to get in there. There goes Firestorm. So that's going to put some pressure on. I don't think... Alright, you can see we did successfully snipe a couple of them. Unfortunately, our blood slaves are kind of dying to this Firestorm. So I don't know that we're going to get any more casts off. I think that one must have had a ring of returning and got sent home. Ultimately, I don't think we're going to quite make it through, and it doesn't look like we're going to successfully HP route them before this whole Firestorm business takes care of us, given how much HP these guys have. Okay, yeah, we have routed, but we did successfully banish several enemies. We killed the Necromancer, and there were only 2 of these left, so we sent 3 Tartarians to hell, which is okay. Our big army is going to go ahead and march in. Nothing here. We get attacked back by Ulm with this raiding party we already saw. We have just some imps that got stranded here. We instantly routed, in fact, because the imps had no leadership and the HP routed the PD. Here we have another Tartarian Monstra with Mastersmith Thug. And we have 1 PD. So my thought here was that we don't have a lot of gold, so we really can't afford PD. And the PD is not going to matter with what we are doing. The main use would be if we could put together a bunch of PD and successfully put our Infernal Prison casters behind it. And we successfully predict where the monstros are going to go, the tarts are going to go. That would be effective. But we're not currently redoing that. We're getting some Vampire Lords back. They can take a second pass at them. And so yeah, we're going to head on to Ulm, and we're going to head on to Oak Beach. We put Nirn under siege. And we're going to try and hold that siege, it looks like. Do some more raiding into here and here. Yeah, you can see our gem income is still just, or not our income, but our gem banks are still just going up during this war. As far as our army goes, right, it's still going up as well. And we're still researching okay. So we are fighting this war, and we are taking losses, certainly, but they are very, very sustainable. And we're on the offensive so much that we really aren't taking any reprisal raiding from Ulm, which is great. So that helps a lot. But otherwise, yeah, let's see if Ulm rides out to defend his capital. Turn at 76. Let's see, are we casting anything? Or forging anything cool? Bloodthorns, Boots the Messenger, Thistle Mace. No, we are not casting anything cool. 76 is next. Okay, we don't have 76. Let's go to 77. I'm not sure what I was doing that I missed so many turns in here. But I think that the short answer is that Ulm did not... He definitely didn't ride out with an army. But he may have done... I think he tried to Meteor Storm us. It was neat. It didn't work, but it was neat. It killed like a couple of dudes. We fail with our remote attack. The special forces do better. They take over Swamp of Solitude. No resistance here. And we storm into Oak Beach. And like this is a case where if I had just done mass flight, this whole thing probably goes a lot easier. We do this whole rigmarole, but really if we just done mass flight, we would have just dropped right on top of them and the whole thing would have ended pretty much instantly. Instead, it's gonna last for a little while. Although with Blood Rain up, they are gonna have morale problems pretty quickly. And ultimately, there's just not enough here to really stand against us, even as we waste a lot of time getting through the walls, and we pretty much pick everybody off. We get a lot of lanterns and other gear. We take no losses. So the question to optimize this would have just been, could we have spent fewer gems? The answer is probably, or really almost certainly. But in any event, we took it. We got Barbarianed. Oh, that's the one that killed their raiding group. Oh no, this one's ours. I take it back. Yeah, we got killed by some barbs. All right, so we've taken this. We've held on to some of this through a raiding cycle, which is pretty nice for us. We are moving. Swamp of Solitude has been put under check by the barbs. And we're going to move Oak Beach Army down, and it's going to try and take this stuff while we sit on Ulm, which has been breached. So I think we're going to try and, yeah, we're going to go ahead and storm it and ping it and see what's up. We are busy losing Dominion, even where we're trying to preach. I have put locusts on the border to try and deal with the Dominion pressure we're receiving. Because it's pretty gross. We have activated our throne, and so that's going to go ahead and start to spread our dominion. Yeah. You can see there's, let's see. It's like 5 enemy candles. This one has a lot. 8 enemy candles. So, Ulm's Dominion is still in okay-ish shape for the moment, I guess. But that could change pretty quickly. So, let's see. Yeah, it's the same army as before. We're not going to storm this turn. This army is my discount army. That's actually going to try and take most of the things. Moving up some additional troops and some additional raiding parties. Try and take these things. And so, yeah, so we're trying to eat Ulm. It's going pretty well. We've taken very minimal troop losses. We've probably taken much higher than necessary gem attrition, which is unfortunate. But not the end of the world. We do have quite a few gems. This time, I believe we're going to put up Well of Misery. Yep, Well of Misery. We're going to try for that one. So that's going to help our growth scales, which might give us more forests to recruit Agrobelt, although it doesn't really matter because we can't recruit from the forests we have anyway. Some Vile Water, some Raven Feast, and a bunch of Auspex. And then some more fire resistance gear and armor roommates. So yeah, we're moving in to try and take the rest of Ulm. I apologize that we lost so many turns. I'm not sure why that happened, but it had pretty much, I'm sure it had pretty much the same as the rest of this, with my kind of poor scripting getting us needlessly gem burned. So learn from what I say, not from how I play. Or probably just don't listen at all would be a safer bet. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Have a great day.